really saw people say believable lies, because like that's a believable lie. It's such a great play by Robin. I kind of wanted them to go to tribal to see how it worked out.
Definitely believable because he did it once before. So Rob is if they would have went to tribal, my bet would have been Rob, and still Adam wouldn't have went home. Still.
You hate on Rob all the time, man.
Yeah, but I think it would have. I don't think it would have.
Take Rob out already. That's what I want to know. 3 times? I'm all about taking out Rob tonight. I agree with you, Russell.
I just think that, Rob's the toughest player out there. He's the one that can change everything. That's why I'm like, Rob is the one that needs to be going home. He's the one that's going to cause the most havoc. So, of course, he's the one that needs to go. But I think that eventually, if we would have seen that tribe go, if they would have lost, which they should have, it's crazy. It's crazy what happened, but if they would have lost, then I wanted to see, because I was thinking that the whole time. I was thinking, man, I wonder if they're going to buy that. Or I wonder if Jeremy's going to go up to Adam and Danielle and say, hey, and ask them that straight up, because they did before. I mean, they just talked about it. So why wouldn't they go up to him? He keeps going in and out on us. He makes fun of my
it's your fault.
Internet.
Your internet. That's why he keeps going out.
Right. Right.
So I agree with you. I think Russell should be, or not Russell, sorry. Rob should be the one that's going out. And Jeremy's smart enough. I love Jeremy. He's my favorite player of all time. Sorry. Right. Other than me, he's my favorite player.
He's playing a good game. He's doing good.
I think Jeremy's smart enough to keep Rob, though. Like, same reason that Sandra should have kept Tyson. You want to keep those targets that are bigger than you in the game.
Yeah.
Because if Rob goes, Jeremy's probably, he rises up, like, within the group.
But I think Jeremy can play off that Poverty's more dangerous than him as well. Honestly, the way that Poverty's been playing, but she's been Rob's second, and I would be like, in my opinion, I'd want to take both of them out, because they're playing like a dangerous game. They're kind of they're colluded together, and I wouldn't want both of them going towards the end or any chance that I just wouldn't want to play with Poverty at all either. Everybody's watching.
We're saying Jeremy, but you better believe that Danielle's a part of that. I think Danielle's in control of this thing, man. And I said that last week. I was like, man, I believe Danielle's in control of that side of what's going on. And we've seen early in this, what's going on here, we've seen early that Danielle goes up to, they all go up to Adam, but you see Danielle making moves in the game.
Yeah.
And what they need to do in the next vote. So, I don't know. I think that
I thought that Adam, if I was Adam, I would never, ever even go to Rob and Poverty alone, because then you give them the chance to tell that lie. Like, that's what it looks like to everyone else looking at that conversation from a distance.
This is later on in the conversation, but we got somebody saying there will be a switch because they just showed it in the thing there. So we have they go to Edge of Extinction. Man, that was the best. They did a whole segment on Edge of Extinction because it was so good. I even hollered for my son to come in here and say, Michael, come see this. This is the hardest challenge I've ever seen them do on Survivor, because people don't understand their brain. Like, Dan, when we're walking just to get to tribal, when we're just walking there, remember how drained you felt when you just walk in the tribal council?
Oh, it's exhausting, and that's why you see players, like, people will talk about they're just hanging out and just sitting there all the time. No, because you have nothing in the tank. Even at they're at day 6 or day 7, like there's nothing.
Right.
And on Edge of Extinction, it's even worse because it's more. I feel like it's more mentally taxing. There's nothing there. There's not as many people
in the tank. Right.
No. Ethan
it was
pushing
over.
through.
I mean, they were. Oh man, when they did that, when they were doing that challenge, they had to do 20 trips up a mountain, down the mountain, people that haven't played it, people watching it on TV, they're saying, "Oh, I'll just run up there the whole time, run up." You got to remember, I've been calling Natalie a beast from the get-go. She is a beast. Just crossfitting, the girl's in super good shape, and she was struggling to do it herself. So is Ethan. Ethan does a marathon. So if you sitting out there watching this on your TV and you're saying, "Oh, that ain't no hard challenge. That's easy." Trust me, that was the hardest challenge I've ever seen him do on Survivor. And it was so tough. I called my son in here and said, "Watch this." I said, "This is the hardest thing I've ever seen him do. This is going to almost be impossible." And I said, I underlined it. I put super dangerous because, and then we see Ethan go down.
So not only, I feel like it's not only physically taxing on your body, going up and down, the elevation and everything, but like mentally, you're just walking and you have to carry this piece of stick. Like you have nothing to distract yourself. Like you don't have Jeff in the background yelling crazy shit that he's always yelling and talking about. This is the biggest blowout. You got nothing to distract you. You're not working with doing it on your own. I couldn't imagine just walking that much, that long, 20 trips, like, and then it being mentally and physically, like that's the worst thing I could ever imagine doing.
Yeah, people just think it's not hard, but trust me, that thing was, and I was super impressed, man. I even tweeted. I hardly ever tweet while I'm doing this because I'm so busy taking care of everything else. But I tweeted directly to Ethan, and I said, in that cruise, and I put respect. Yeah. Because that right there was difficult. But I know I'd give it my all. I wouldn't quit, but it would be the toughest thing. The toughest thing I ever did was somewhat similar, but we had to run and grab. It was season 19. We had to run and grab this big old log. I couldn't even put my arms around it, these logs. And I had to undo them from these chains. And then I had to run it back, set it down, then run back and get another set. The other set was even heavier. Man, I was like, and then when you know why you see them crying afterwards? I'll tell you why. Because when you do something that you just know you can't do, and then you do it, then you're like, I can't believe I just did that. I can't believe that just happened. That saying that you hear all the time, you could do anything if you put your mind to it. That's only a saying till you actually do it. And we just seen all of them actually do something that they thought they couldn't do, which it was brilliant TV. I thought it was one of the best moments this entire season, watching them do that.
And honestly, I wasn't a big fan of Edge of Extinction on the last time that it was on, because like they didn't really do a whole lot. And this season, I've become more of a fan. I mean, they've had the puzzle thing, they had this, like they're actually like doing stuff, and they're a part of the TV show. They're more than just there, as just there, just hanging out. Like they're doing they did some on the last stuff, but this to me seems a little bit more interesting. I'm a little bit more invested in it.
Dude, it was wonderful. I wrote a whole page on it. I couldn't believe it. Ethan goes down after they, and I know we have a lot to talk about, but to me this was a great moment because I've played the game and I know how hard it is. And Ethan just got out of the dude almost died. Like he was in super deep trouble. And his body is tore down. And he still accomplished this challenge. You've seen Amber crying. You've seen Natalie crying, the one that actually won it, because they just did an amazing accomplishment. Oh, yeah. And Ethan goes down, gets up, and still does it.
And that was so impressive. Like, that man, I never watched Survivor, like, way back when. And so, like, this is my first experience watching Ethan. And I've done, like, some reading on him, kind of trying to get a clue on him. I was like, watching like the first episode, I was like, okay, this guy seems pretty interesting, like his story, and he's so much. I love watching. He is probably my third favorite person on here right now. He's fantastic.
Yeah, and I just all respect for Ethan. If he's watching this or he's gonna watch this, it just but I respect every single one that completed that challenge.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking so much about it because I understand how difficult that was, and you understand how drained you are out there. It's when they make us re-walk, like they'll make you walk just 100 yards, and then they say, "Okay, go back and do it again."
Oh,
That's drained. It's
it
awful.
sucks so bad. And you're walking in sand, and you got this torch, and like you look at the torch, you're like, oh, that sucker's fucking heavy on day like 10, 12, and then you gotta walk this 100 yards over and over for.
It's draining.
It's awful.
I remember the last season
that people don't realize.
I remember the last season I did, man. I'm not the season I did. 19, my last. I was going to do the last challenge. I was telling myself, and my family's a religious family, but I never bring religion into the game, nor I talk about it on my podcast. That's between me and who I believe, and that's my personal business. But while we were doing that, all I would do is I would pray for just the strength to keep moving, the strength to be able to stand up and keep moving forward. Mm-hmm. So it is that casting that it's just super hard. And now Natalie is I said it, dude. I keep saying it, she is a beast.
Like, whenever, I don't think anybody's going to be able to beat her. If they do Edge of Extinction like they did previously, where they have an opportunity to come back in at the merge, nobody's going to be able to beat her in the challenge. She's going to own it. Like, at least the physical part.
She has 4 tokens now.
Oh yeah.
Matthew just reminds us she has 4 tokens, and you know what she should do with them 4? 3 tokens, she gets an advantage into the challenge.
Yeah.
Or she can get an idol with 3 tokens and just win the challenge and have an idol in her pocket. But she can also use 3 tokens, get the advantage, and use the other token for the peanut butter for the advantage.
I was thinking get an idol, because unless somebody who's a physical master comes out there and gets. He keeps throwing me off coming back in.
He's back.
I'm sorry, boys. I think I'm.
Look, if y'all just got here, Cody talking all the smack about my internet.
Mine sucks, bro. Mine sucks.
We see that. But I think if Natalie uses 3 tokens to get an idol, and then she uses something like you said, like for peanut butter or something, just to give her that little extra boost right before a challenge, I mean, she's going to be unstoppable.
Such a beat, but what if it stays like this, I think she can win the challenge. What if she says, no? What if she ends up by getting 6 tokens? She can get an idol and an advantage.
I mean, why not? It's like, I wouldn't be surprised if she did, to be honest.
I tell you what, everybody hated Edge of Extinction before this.
Yeah.
It is the most interesting thing. It's equally interesting as the game right now.
But they're focusing more on it this time, and we all know these characters, or not these characters, but we all know all these people, and so we're all more invested. Everybody was a fan.
Right.
Somebody's a fan of this person that's on Edge of Extinction, whereas last time it was like, oh, it's just a bunch of these new people that I don't know.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say officially to Jeff that I'm on board with Edge of Extinction.
That's just if you get voted off, you want to be able to get an opportunity to go back.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only reason I'm in it too.
Well, it would be people that let's say they do some big season like this one.
Yeah.
Then they have the Edge of Extinction, so they can see them fight. They still fighting to get in the game. You never see them giving up.
I just don't like that. If you get in, like when Chris won his season, if you get back in the game, you're at an advantage because you've had the whole jury. You've been with them almost the whole entire, and you're not competing on Edge of Extinction. And I think that's what they brought into this season is they're competing on Edge of Extinction a little bit, and so it's you're not just sitting there.
Last time, you're right. Last time, right. But this time, if Natalie would go back and kept doing what she's doing, she deserves the win.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't be sitting here saying, oh, no, not Natalie. Those tokens make Edge of Extinction. It makes it worth it.
Yeah, exactly. And then working for those tokens. Where last time it was just like we're just here hanging out, and I played 6 days of Survivor. And You know, it's
Right. No, that wasn't good.
yeah, no. But this one,
Now they actually have to strategically and physically still play the
and
game.
they're
The reason I didn't like it before is because they didn't have to do that.
yeah, they were just there. Now they're still an intricate part of the game. You know, giving people their fire tokens, selling them advantages and stuff like that. It's I like this twist this time.
How soon do you think Natalie
And we
will
see
re-enter?
all of them.
How soon do you think she'll re-enter it?
First opportunity.
I mean, well, when do you think it's going to be?
I could see. I would say the tribe swap, but because that's going to be next week, then it would be 5, 5, and 5. And but if you throw one in, it's 16 people.
So you were thinking, dude, like there might be an opportunity to re-enter, and then she's like, "Oh no, I'll wait till the next one and just."
Oh
re-enter.
no,
that'd be crazy though. That'd be crazy if someone did that. You
If
know?
she
No,
said,
I'll
"I'll wait," because she
hold
knows
on.
she can
I
get.
got some more tokens to get, Jeff. I'll be
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
She
I'll
just-
wait on the next round.
She starts losing her
That means
mind.
2.
Like that guy on a loan that went out with like 30 fish. She's like, "Oh, I just got to get more tokens. There's no tokens to get when I'm back in the game. They're all here."
That would be pretty funny.
Then I like the fact also. I like the fact that they all went with. It was just a great moment. They all went with Ethan. Medical came in. They checked Ethan out. He decided to go forward and keep moving forward to do it to finish this challenge.
Yeah.
Do you see Sandra finishing that challenge?
Oh no, I don't see. There's a lot of those people I don't. Well, not a lot, but there's a